Hey guys, we're at the North Carolina Zoo, and my name is Brooke. I'm an educator here. We have Emily behind the camera.
Hello.
And I'm going to teach Emily today how to make some bubble wands.
Yes, I've never done this before, so I'm really interested to see how I can make my own bubble wands. And I haven't made any of my own bubble mix, though.
Well, luckily we have a previous video about how to make your own bubble mix too, but these wands will be used if you have store-bought bubble mix as well. So whichever one you got on hand is what you can use for this.
Awesome. Thank you.
So we have 4 different types today. This one's the easiest. It might look familiar to you.
Yeah, that actually does look familiar. It looks like a net that you would use in an aquarium, except there's no net on it.
Exactly, and that's how you make it. You just take an old fish net and you just take off the net, and then you got yourself a bubble wand. You want to make sure, though, is that your container that you're putting your bubble solution in, you want to make sure the wand is going to fit. Otherwise, it'd be a real hard time trying to make some bubbles.
That would be pretty awkward.
So you want to make sure this fits. It fits. We got it. Good. We also want to make sure that it lands flat, so the bubble solution gets all the way around it. So that's why I bent it. There we go. Super simple. A bent fish net with no longer a net on the circly part.
Cool. Well, that is pretty easy. But what if I want to have a wand that's maybe a little more complex in some way?
So this one looks a little intimidating because it's different than most.
Yeah, that's not what I think of when I hear bubble wand.
Yeah, this one's a little bit more intricate. Not recommended for smaller kids because it takes some finesse to use. So we have 2 sticks, and we have some screw eyes here, just any way really to connect the rope to the stick. And we have a washer here on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the bubble solution, and we'll pull it out and make sure that the space between the rope is big, because that's where the bubble is going to go. So to make this, you just get 2 dowels or sticks, anything you got really, as long as you can tie a rope to it. We connected these little things to the end to make life real simple for us, but you can honestly just attach it to the stick itself. You have to make sure you have a washer on it, because you want to make sure that you have the weight, because the rope is going to float on the bubble solution otherwise. So if you get a washer or anything heavy to go on it, make sure you're allowed to put it in bubble solution. Don't be stealing people's stuff and just playing with it.
Oh, that's smart. I would not have thought just to get a simple washer. I've seen those at like hardware stores and in the DIY section of Walmart, so that's pretty easy.
Yeah, so you're going to put a washer on it, and then you're going to put this one through this little screw eye over here, and then you're going to tie it on here. And what's cool about this one is the size of your bubble is really going to depend on the length of your rope, and then also how good you are at maneuvering the rope around. So you're going to tie this all together. Real simple, really. So you got a circle, and that's going to be the size of your bubble when you put it in the solution. So you dip it in, and you wave it across. That was a little bit different. All right, this one you can make hopefully by stuff laying around your house. Your yarn might not be quite so fluffy as our fluffy yarn, but whatever yarn you got would work. Fluffier is better because it's going to hold more of the bubble solution inside, and it's going to make it so the bubbles come out easier and won't pop as easy. But what you start out with is just a simple little wire hanger. Then you're going to bend it to whatever shape you want. Usually just do a circle. Make sure it fits, okay? Always fits. We're good. You're going to bend the handle up so you have something to hold on to. And then you're just going to tie the yarn on here. And then you got the really fun, time-consuming part of putting it in, pulling it out, and wrapping the whole thing all the way around in yarn that covered the tiniest fraction. So you just do this a bunch.
Yeah, it looks like that could take a little bit longer than some of the other wands that we've made.
Yeah, and they hold a lot of bubble solution in them, so they're fun to clean too, but they're really simple overall. And the cool thing is you're going to make a whole bunch of different shapes. So this one's a heart.
Oh, that's pretty. I like that.
Yeah, so these ones can be more customizable than the stick and string.
But will it make the bubble in the same shape?
Not really.
No.
Kind of just comes out as a blob like most bubbles.
Okay, it's just pretty to look at.
Yeah, it's pretty to look at.
Okay, cool.
So this is the one that we use most commonly here at the zoo because it's more hardy and we have hundreds of kids using our bubbles. So we got this thing here, which you may not have seen before, is an embroidery hoop. So an embroidery hoop has 2 hoops in it. So in theory, one goes behind the fabric and the other one goes on top of the fabric, and then you would sew your design on. But we don't use it that way because we're creative. So we take this piece, then we just throw it somewhere else. We don't use that piece. And then we use this piece. We take this little screw off. Ours are all rusty and old because we keep them around for so long. I can't actually twist this off right now because it's rusted. So I'll show you what you would connect. You would take this piece off and you would attach this little stick with the little screw eye, which look like these. You can get different sizes. I got a big one so you guys can see it. And you just put that into the bottom of your stick. You might want to drill a hole first.
You'll want to get an adult to help you with that, kiddos.
Yeah, and then you would connect it there, and then when that's connected, you get one of these.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then you would just dip it in. And the cool thing about the embroidery hoops is they come in lots of different sizes. You get small ones, bigger ones. The smaller one's going to be easier to use, but the big one's going to be more fun to use. I think that's all the different wand types that we have, Emily.
Oh, well, that's not so many. I feel like I could definitely try to make at least one of each of those.
Yeah, these ones are super easy to use, and we're actually going to show you guys how to use them.
Oh, I can't wait.